facing the police every single day.
Hey, Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and we need to do another story on some documents that we just got. And this is our unfortunately glorious Nazi, socialist, fascist, dictator leader, Charlotte County Sheriff Bill PRUMMELL. 7 years of ungodly, disgusting corruption. And the latest find that we found was we found Charlotte County Sheriff's updated sovereign citizen information. Gee, isn't this interesting? What is a sovereign citizen? Well, apparently in 2013, we're finding out that for some goddamn reason, the FBI wanted to start calling everybody a sovereign citizen that actually believed in their rights. And so now nationwide, especially here, if you stand up for your rights, you're a sovereign citizen, and you go into you get a special bolo, you go into the Florida Fusion Center. It is outrageous, and I took a look at what's in this, and it's insane. So we're gonna go through this quick. Loosely organized collection of adopted right-wing anarchists, idea, wage war against the government, other forms of authority, paper terrorism, harassment, intimidation, taxes, occasionally resorting to violence. Oh, so if you're COPWATCH, you actually investigate that for corruption? Are you a sovereign? I don't know. We're trying to pull records right now to find it up. I think pretty sure I'm on the list. Then here it is. FBI reports sovereign citizens growing domestic threat to law enforcement, because we actually try to hold them accountable. Can't do that. Consider sovereign citizens extreme compromise of domestic terrorist movement. Wow. I consider the cops and the sheriffs domestic terrorists, honestly, and so would our founding fathers. They would have been shooting a long time ago. They're doing far more than what our freaking red coat British police did. Sovereign citizens, the FBI said, believe the federal, state, and local have been known to not to pay their taxes, create false license plates, driver license, currency, lone offender. Some have killed at least 6. So because supposedly 6 cops were killed, we are going to now call everybody a sovereign and shoot them, tase them, spray them, beat them. And in fact, I have a friend that's in Naples, Florida, they didn't shoot him, but they did all the other stuff, put him in the hospital illegally twice, put him in jail illegally twice, and now Collier County Sheriff is being sued in federal court for this travesty. And we believe it all happened because they consider him a sovereign citizen. It's disgusting. So here's your example here. Every time I do a video, I get a cough. This is sad. Supposedly, these are sovereign citizen. First degree kidnap, use of deadly force, extremist sovereign citizen movement. Let me see. Sovereign citizen ideally, which in and itself is fine. It's when they profess the ideally in conjunction with criminal acts in violation of laws or further criminal acts that they come to on our radar. You mean fighting for freedom and the rights that we have in the Constitution? Oh, I'm sorry. This is where it gets very interesting. Now they're bringing auditors and cop watchers into this. Bruschetti and Newman filmed a police officer conducting a traffic stop so they could analyze the officer's movements as part of their training. Auditors and cop watch come to mind? Hello? I cannot believe this. Sovereign citizens' belief and adherents' belief that virtually existing all government in the United States is illegitimate, and they seek to restore an idealized minimalist government that never actually existed. Oh my God, you motherfucking liars. Jesus Christ. What the fuck do you think the whole America started on? The Constitution? One goddamn piece of paper, not local, state, and federal, where everybody is committing a felony 3 times in one day. There's so many laws, statute, local, state, and federal. Hello? Never actually existed. Are you nuts? Sovereign citizens wage war against the government, other forms of authority, using paper, terrorism, harassment, intimidation, taxes, occasionally resorting to violence. Paper terrorism is interesting. I wonder if that's because of people like me that do sunshine law requests, which is called FOIA, Freedom of Information Act. You get to ask for documents and expose it if it's good stuff. So, yes, very interesting. National Sovereign Citizen Republic of the United States of America, RUSA. Actually created action strip with law enforcement uses this. So this is another interesting one. LE agencies, law enforcement agencies are recommended to exercise extreme caution presented with the documentation, similar to that the ability to identify the types of LER members that are dealing with sovereign citizens are unable to take the appropriate cautions. So no, I'm not doing fake ID, but this is interesting, the stuff that's coming up. In fact, I'm going to do a search to see if I can find this action script. Because actually, they got a lot of good points reminding you of your rights and to stand up for them. Inform, memorize the information that's used during a transportation stop. Always carry one or more recording. See, here we go. Here goes COPWATCH again. You have the right to do all this, and they're saying it's bad. And if you do it, you will go. You're a sovereign, and we will treat you like this is bad. Always carry one or more recording devices. Turn them on and start recording using a cell phone. Call someone and make up an audible witness. No matter what the officer says, do not hang up. Lie about who you are on the phone. You must control the information exchange. Maintain composure and speak in a calm voice. You want the video to show as the other officer who lost self-control. The script is intended to assist you in making record that can be used in a lawsuit against public service. Oh, so if you document their tyranny, that's bad. Oh my God. Don't ever answer an officer's questions. You have the right to remain silent to use it, but don't become a deaf mute. Do not engage in idle conversations. The questions where you're going, nothing have to do with transportation. Roll up all of your windows, lock your doors wherever you go, pull over. Don't ever open them. I don't see anything wrong at. Don't ever roll down more than one window at a time. No matter what the officer tells you. Don't provide an officer with documents that they demand. That one, that's not totally true. Do not attempt to educate the officer about what they can and cannot do in transportation. Never interrupt your enemy while he is busy making mistakes. That is true. That is awesome. So here's some of the scripts that they were talking about, and I'm going to show them here in a minute. There's actually awesome stuff in here. This is know your rights stuff, period. What the fuck is illegal about that? Here's another one. After speaking with CCO traffic and street crimes, this type of language is being used on occasions during routine traffic stops. I was informed due to the odd language, fighting for my rights, being used, it was immediately recognized by the category of person in the traffic stop. Okay, so what, you beat him, tased him, and called him a sovereign. Now you got a bolo out and he's in the Florida Fusion Center. That's pretty fucked up. That's called profiling. It's illegal ass fuck. And here's one of the most interesting ones right here. We did not know about this, and I'm going to zoom in on it. This is beautiful. If you look close here, and we're going to try to start asking for the list here daily, these idiots are talking to each other statewide all the time. And here's, like I said, here's the people that started this BS, where it's the war against you now because of the FBI informational bolo sovereign citizen input. And screw sovereign. It's basically, if you fight for your rights, you're a sovereign. Oh my God, you're supposed to be a sheep. I didn't know that. There's other stuff in here too. Like I said, look at all these agencies I've been dealing with. There's a scary one, Florida Fusion Center. This is basically like the CIA, NSA, big place out in the desert. This is all the places in Florida putting their information here. We just found out Jeff Gray is on this list. In fact, I'm going to see if I can find him here a second now that I'm talking about this. Because Jeff Gray is Honor Your Oath on YouTube, he's been fighting police corruption for a long time, and just because he fights police corruption, this is what he got. This is unfrickin' real. We're all trying to find out if we're on this list or not. I mean, everything is here. And this bolo went out to everybody. His family is here. His cars are here. The people, what he does COPWATCH. This is all here. This is outrageous. Also, another interesting one that they put in here, I believe somewhere in here it says gun owner or conceal carry. So that's another one they're doing. And then they also, I don't know how he got this, but they did this too. That's okay. Here we go. So this is this is also something else that he found. Here it is, the Florida Fusion Center right here. And so he is on this list of bad guys just because he holds them accountable. This stuff is insane. Oh my God, crazy. So like I said, we're going to start pulling stuff of this. This one, we're going to try to get this record. Officer safety alert, Facebook search, Florida Fusion Center. That is very interesting. We want to start seeing if we can get pulling records out of this place, because this place sounds like scary as fuck. It sounds like fucking Nazi Germany, KGB, Jesus Christ. But I'm going to show you this too. Well, we did have it right here. Okay, so this is the Nazi. Here is these documents that I was just showing you. So this is actually good stuff. You have the right to do it. It is my belief the information you're demanding. These are the scripts that that one group was sending out that you have the right to do and say in a traffic stop. I believe information you're demanding may possibly be used against me in a court or law or an attempt to incriminate me. Duh. That is correct. I totally agree with that. And legal must respectfully decline any information, evidence possible. That actually, I agree with that. I like it. Officer asking, do you intend to continue to deny my rights and falsely imprison me, or am I free to go? That's totally legal. What the fuck? Okay, now now look at this. I believe this is the government that is telling you, the cops, what they can be certain to keep your face as far away from the windows while sitting normally. Never. Okay, actually, this is for the people fighting for their rights. If the officer makes any statement making a direct accusation against you, do not status DUI. You must be prepared to rebut. So anyway, there is a lot of good stuff in here, and they're saying that this stuff is wrong and illegal. If you fight for your rights, you are supposed to be just a sheep, which is insane. God, there's a lot of good stuff in here. I'm trying to get, there's two more, and then I think I'm going to do a screen. Well, I don't need to do a screen, whatever. But here's more. I mean, just really good stuff. I want it, like I said, to get this whole script. For the record, may I get your name and badge number? What the fuck is wrong with that? Is that recording? Anyways, lots of good stuff. You can pause it to see this list if you want. This is awesome, and they are, like I said, they are saying that this is bad. If you know your rights and you actually use this and question their authority, you're a bad person. From this point of view, I do not providing you information to use against it. I agree, that's good. So lots of good stuff in here. We're going to try to pull the documents. I know this is long, but wow. This is sad. This is what they're teaching cops here and nationwide, and you being labeled as a sovereign is not a good thing. It's a bad thing. They will put it on a drop-down menu when they pull you over again. They absolutely will treat you differently and profile you, and it's not a good thing. It's a bad thing. Remember what our founding fathers said, take a goddamn country back, sheeple. Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH. I am using any video here with under fair use if you have criticism, reporting, teaching, etc. And please donate. I do not make money from YouTube, and there are different ways to donate in the video links. Thanks.